Morning. I thought I would do my daily a little more professional as opposed to my awesome daily yesterday, where it was a 20-hour day and y'all could see it. So I'd like to communicate how I'm feeling today through my hair, through my makeup, the blouse I put on, my boots, the socks. I feel that I'm communicating some strength, some energy, light, and love to you today. The communication of what we say and how our bodies are reacting and how maybe our facial expressions and how our voice is going and coming across. It's all really interesting if you think about it. And how we even clarify anything in this world and communicate at all can really be just, I think at times, amazing. Because we all come like with this filter behind us. Whatever environment we grew up in, if it was a place that was always full of maybe teasing and joking, we might not have as much trust with others, and so we're always kind of on the defense. Or maybe the communication was always full of very direct and truthful and concise information. And so when you meet somebody that maybe beats around the bush, it might be driving you crazy. So it's an interesting thing how we communicate or how we struggle in the communication. I know sometimes my words have said something, but the meaning that was interpreted by it because of how I was maybe expressing myself or I had a big sigh at the end was definitely interpreted differently. So today, be conscious of your communication, what it is that you're trying to really express. And if it isn't clear, how can you make it more clear? There's a story that I like to share. It's a simple one, and it involves maybe a different generation. So, there is an older gentleman, and he has a family. He is the grandfather of many, and every Sunday they would get together to have some Sunday dinner. Every Sunday was the same. There was a roast, peas, mashed potatoes, gravy, homemade rolls, salad, and then a dessert. So every Sunday, as he took his place at the head of the table and everyone sat around him, he would look longingly, lovingly towards the bowl of peas. Because in that communication, he felt that everyone would be looking at him since he's the head of the family, and as his eyes looked at the bowl of peas, everyone at the table should surely know that that is what he wanted and it should be passed to him. Every Sunday, the peas were never passed to him, and every Sunday he started to add a little bit more resentment and regret and hurt and pain and no one loves me. Until one Sunday, after many years, he finally had had enough, and he put his hands firmly on the table, and he said, "Will you please pass the peas?" Everyone looked up in shock because Grandpa never spoke at the table. He never said anything at the table, and this was the first time. His wife was excited, lovingly passed him the peas, and in their conversation following dinner, he asked her, "In all of these years, how come you have never passed me the peas until today?" Her eyes, she was just caught off guard. Uh, she said, I never knew you wanted them. And his mind was really blown. He could not understand how she, his wife, after all of these years, would not know that he would want the peas first. And she said, "You never told me." And he said, "I told you all the time. I looked at the bowl." Now she had a lot to think about, and he had a lot to think about. And she said, "Honey, I always thought you were looking at me because I always sat next to the peas. And you looked longingly and lovingly at me, so I always interpreted that as that you loved me. When really what you're telling me over all these years is that you wanted me to pass you the peas?" Do you see where we're going? communication really needs to be clear. So I thought on this daily, with this light, please be clear. And if you're not, restate, clarify, do what you can so that light isn't dimmed because of hurt feelings, but light is taken to others. We all have light within us. Let's share it through great communication. We'll see you.